Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Reading from Srimad-Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 1, Text 11. Bhurini,
Bhurini,
Bhuri,
Bhuri,
Karmani,
Karmani,
Shrotavyani,
Shrotavyani,
Vibhagashaha,
Vibhagashaha,
Ataha,
Ataha,
Sadho,
Sadho,
Atra,
Atra,
Yat,
Yat,
Saram,
Saram,
Samudritya,
Samudratya,
Manishaya,
Manishaya,
Bruhi,
Bruhi,
Bhadraya,
Bhadraya,
Bhutanam,
Bhutanam,
Yena,
Yena,
Atma,
Atma,
Suprasidati,
Prasadati,
Bhurini Bhuri Karmani,
Bhurini, Bhuri, Karmani,
Shrotavyani Vibhagashaha,
Shrotavyani, Bhagashaha,
Atasad Sadhotra Yat Saram,
Atha Sadhostraya Saram,
Samudritya Manishaya,
Samudritya Manishaya,
Bruhi Bhadraya Bhutanam,
Bhuhi Bhadraya Bhutana,
Yenatma Suprasidati,
Yenatma Suprasidati,
Bhurini Bhuri Karmani,
Bhurini, Bhuri, Karmani,
Shrotavyani Vibhagashaha,
Shrotavyani, Vibhagashaha,
Atha Sadhotra Yatsaram,
Atha Sadhostrayat Saram,
Samudritya Manishaya,
Samudratya Manishaya,
Bruhi Bhadraya Bhutanam,
Bhuhi Bhadraya Bhutana,
Yenatma Suprasidati,
Yenatma Suprasidati,
Bhurini Bhuri Karmani,
Bhurini, Bhuri, Karmani,
Shrotavyani Vibhagashaha,
Shrotavyani, Vibhagashaha,
Atha Sadhotra Yatsaram,
Atha Sadhostrayat Saram,
Samudritya Manishaya,
Samudratya Manishaya,
Bruhi Bhadraya Bhutanam,
Bhuhi Bhadraya Bhutana,
Yenatma Suprasidati.
Yenatma Suprasidati, Bhuri Bhuri, Bhurini Bhuri Karmani,
Bhurini Bhuri Karmani,
Shrotavyani Vibhagashaha,
Shrotavyani Vibhagashaha,
Atha Sadhotrayat Saram,
Atha Sadhotra Yatsaram,
Samudritya Manishaya,
Samudratya Manishaya,
Bruhi Bhadraya Bhutana,
Ruhi Bhadraya Bhutanam,
Yenatma Suprasidati,
Yenatma Suprasidati. Bhurini,
Bhurini,
multifarious.
multifarious,
Bhuri,
Bhuri,
many.
many,
Karmani,
Karmani,
duties.
duties,
Shrotavyani,
Shrotavyani,
to be learned.
to be learned,
Vibhagashaha,
Vibhagashaha,
by divisions of subject matter.
by division of subject matters,
Ataha,
Ataha,
therefore,
therefore,
sadhu,
Sadhu,
or sage,
O sage,
atra,
Atra,
herein,
hearing,
yat,
yat,
whatever,
whatever,
saram,
Saram,
essence,
essence,
samudritya,
Samudratya,
by selection,
by selection,
manishaya,
Manishaya,
best to your knowledge.
best to your knowledge,
Bruhi,
Ruhi,
please tell us.
please tell us,
Bhadraya,
Bhadraya,
for the good of
for the good of
Bhutana,
Bhutana,
the living beings,
the living beings,
Yena,
Yena,
by which
by which
Atma,
Atma,
the self,
the self,
Suprasidati,
Prasidati,
becomes fully satisfied. Translation purport by His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. There are many varieties of scriptures, and in all of them there are many prescribed duties which can be learned only after years of study in their various divisions. Therefore, O sage, please select the essence of all these scriptures and explain it for the good of all living beings, that by such instructions their heart may be fully satisfied. Purport. Atma or self is distinguished from matter and material elements. It is spiritual in constitution, thus it is never satisfied by any amount of material planning. All scriptures and spiritual instructions are meant for the satisfaction of the self or Atma. There are many varieties of approaches which are recommended for different types of living beings in different times and at different places. Consequently, the numbers of revealed scriptures are innumerable. There are different methods and prescribed methods recommended in these various scriptures. Taking into consideration the fallen condition of the people in general in this age of Kali, the sages of Naimisharanya suggested that Sri Suta Goswami relate the essence of all such scriptures. Because in this age, it's not possible for the fallen souls to understand and undergo all the lessons of all these various scriptures in a Varna and Ashrama system. The Varna and Ashrama society was considered to be the best institution for lifting the human being to the spiritual platform. But due to Kali Yuga, it's not possible to execute the rules and regulations of these institutions. Nor is it possible for the people in general to completely sever relations with their families as the Varnashram institution prescribes. The whole atmosphere is surcharged with opposition. And considering this, one can see that spiritual emancipation for the common man in this age is very difficult. The reason the sages presented this matter to Sri Suta Goswami is explained in the following verses. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschate Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivedanta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Bhurini Bhuri Karmani Shrotavyani Vibhagashah Atasadhotrayat Saram Samudritya Manishaya Bruhi Bhadraya Bhutanam Yenatma Suprasidati. There are many varieties of scriptures, and in all of them there are many prescribed duties which can be learned only after many years of study in their various divisions. Therefore, O sage, please select the essence of all these scriptures and explain it for the good of all living beings, that by such instruction their hearts may be fully satisfied. The verse we are looking now contains the second question that the rishis asked Suta Goswami. They asked him 6 questions, and the answer was Srimad-Bhagavatam, spoken to answer those 6 questions. So this is the second one. Please select the essence of these scriptures and explain it for the good of all living beings. The Vedic knowledge is vast. There's a lot. We said Bhagavad Gita is actually essence of Vedic knowledge. So they introduce a concept of the soul, Atma. Here in the purport, Prabhupada is writing that the Atma or the self is distinguished from matter and material elements. We are spirit in nature. It is spiritual in constitution. That's it's never satisfied by material planning. All scriptures and spiritual instructions are meant for satisfaction of this self. Shastra is meant for us. Us means jiva. It's meant for elevating the jiva, that is the Shastra, ultimately. Now, some of them speak about body, putting body in good health and architecture, pottery, whatever. But finally, it's to sort out our material affairs so that we can do spiritual. And that's very clear in the Vedas. That labho jiveta yavata, jivasa tattva jigyasa, that everyone should remain in a good condition, peaceful, happy. Then jivasa tattva jigyasa, then inquire into the absolute truth. But we got stuck on that first one. Take care of material things. Take care of material. No one is moving on to the second stage 2. Then, when materially everyone is provided for, food, shelter, clothing, next spiritual instruction has to start. So they didn't start on that. Especially now in Kali Yuga, people cannot study all the Vedas. Why are the Vedas so vast? Why is there so much information? The people are different. Vedas are meant for the soul. Souls are at different level of spiritual evolution. The soul has to be taken gradually elevated until liberation, mukti. Everyone is at a different level. So the Vedas are catering for everyone. You know, within Vedic culture you have these Aghori people, Aghori, how they are living, everything. Then you have, for example, Vaishnava Brahmins. Brahmins in general, very aware of cleanliness, regulation, Shastra, main Shastra. We have a big, wide range. The Vedas cater for everyone, every single person can be. And Vedas are revealed in our planet to a certain extent. And other planets, they have other Vedas. Depending on them, they'll be following. Everyone is following. Krishna says, Mama Vartmanu Vartate Manushya Partha Sarvasha. Everyone is following my path. They are coming to me. They are coming in different ways, in different, depending on the person. So here these Vedas are revealed. We are following this. What about in Nagaloka? They will have Veda. Their Vedas. It will be different. There will be people following. What about Surya Loka, Chandra Loka? They are following. They will be speaking Sanskrit. And the Vedas are presented for them in that way. So different rules and regulations. It's some may say, now we have in the modern days some religions, they have one book, but then these are not eternal. They are not eternal. They have beginning and end. For a certain time, place, people, these religions have come. But Sanatan Dharma is Sanatan, eternal. It is eternal, and the truths what we learn, they're universally applicable. So much is there. But now, out of so many shastras, so many instructions, so many things to follow, which is applicable to us? How will we know that? Veda contains a lot of information, but for example, what is Arjun when he went to heavenly planets? Then he met Indra. Indra is his father. Yeah. It's Indra, no? Indra is Arjun's father. So there he met, was it Urvashi? And Urvashi approached Arjun for union. And he said, no, because you associated with my grandfather, how can I associate with you? You're like my mother. So then she said, no, those rules don't apply here. Those are earthly rules. There is no illicit relation in the heavenly planets. Here it's there. So different Shastra, different rules. That's why one wants to go to the heavenly planets. But the other things are there, which we should know, which is birth, death, disease, old age are also there. And devotees see it, as Prabhupada said, Akasha Pushpayate. It's a kind of enjoyment, but it's only for the body. And for somebody who's self-realized and on a spiritual level, bodily enjoyment is empty, hollow. It's not blissful. They don't want to have anything to do with it. They want to come to the spiritual activities because they understand this is Sat. This will lead me to eternality. This is worth doing. So for devotee, heavenly planets is not appealing. But here the point is that we see that there will be rules here in this material world, in the earthly planets, Bhuraloka, which will not be applied on Sargaloka. They will not apply. Therefore, rules are different. So not only place, but time. So in Satya Yuga, certain rules were true, certain practices. In Kali, they should not be done. So now, how to know that? How will we know that? Here they are asking. There are varieties of scripture, all of them, many prescribed duties are given. Prescribe means, here the word is used, bhuri karmani, karma, that the jiva must do the karma. He must follow his duty according to his guna and karma based on shastra. He must do that. So only the person exempt for that, only person who cannot do that is who's fully pure. He's not having guna. He's not under Satagun, Rajagun, Tamagun. Spiritual person, okay, because he'll not be doing material activities. But where is that person? And when these people are there, they reach that level, most of them continue to do the duties to set example for other people, to show them. So karma, so many different prescribed duties that one has to do. Which one to follow? So many. There's argument, counter-argument, debate, it's going on. So how to know? So that's the question here they are asking. Which can lead one to many others. Therefore, please select the essence of the scriptures. Explain it for the good of the living entities. They don't know. They not have the brain in Kali to understand this. So you tell them what to follow, what to do. So for someone to guide, to pick the scripture, pick the duties, prescribed duty, which karma they have to do, what to do, what not to do, for they say everything, it requires an Acharya. The Acharya, he knows all the Shastra, then he will apply it for that time, place, circumstance. It's not for us to change the Veda. Changing the Veda is a sin. It has a very high level of sinful reaction. That if we, in the name of Veda, speak something different, it's a very high reaction. It's not considered a small sin, offense, aparad. One should not change Veda. Who will change? Acharya will change, because Acharya knows. Acharya is exceptionally learned in the Shastra. From time to time, Acharyas will come. Ramanuja, he set the system for Sri Sampradaya. System of Diksha, system of what to chant in the morning, what time to chant, and after Diksha, what to follow, who will take Diksha, what is the level of the Guru. He explained everything. He's an Acharya, Ramanuja. After him, everyone is following. But no one tried to change that. That you cannot do. We shouldn't do that. But the Acharyas they'll set the system, they'll understand. Here they're asking Suta Goswami, tell us. They accept him. He can do it. So that requires intelligence, realization. Intelligence has to be there. Realization. Intelligence comes when one is in Sattva-gun. Clear-headedness. And realization means that someone will read the whole Gita and understand what is the goal. And then he can speak that goal in another way. He'll give the conclusion of Gita in a biological setting, of physics or chemistry. And Prabhupada wanted that. He wanted that Krishna consciousness be infused in all areas. He said Krishna consciousness can be applied anywhere, everywhere. So it should be applied. It should be that people should come to Krishna, whatever field they're doing, they should be able to understand. And Prabhupada gave examples. He wrote books in different angles of vision of Krishna consciousness. Easy Journey to Other Planets. Then he empowered his disciples based on nature, ecology. A book was written, Divine Nature. And life comes from life. Prabhupada spoke through science. So in that way, and beyond illusion and doubt, philosophy, mundane material philosophy, in that setting Prabhupada infused Krishna consciousness. So Krishna consciousness, it requires someone to understand what it is. They'll understand the goal of Gita so that they can present it in a different way, according to the people. They'll not say the same thing maybe. It will be spoken a different way. But this is an important point, that the final product should be the same in all circumstances. Someone will go somewhere, they're not practicing Vedic culture. So we'll adjust the teaching and teach them, but they should end up like all other Vaishnavas, not that different. They should not be different. So the method of presentation may be different, but the final product should be the same. Otherwise, we did not do the task which we set out to do. So to properly apply the knowledge, one has to understand. Then they can present it according to Desha, Kala, Patra, time, place, circumstance. The people at that time, that place and that time, they can present that knowledge. So this is an Acharya. We see that Srila Prabhupada, he brought the Sankirtan movement, and he brought it to all different countries, different people out of India. Within India, it's hard to tell people these things. Out of India, they took it. And we have information, for example, that when he went to Africa, he explained them how to preach there. It was different than when he went to Europe. It was completely different. In Lilamrita, it's given that they were walking on the road, and Prabhupada saw one big hole, empty hole. He went in and asked, whose hole is this? Who does it belong? Someone. Can we do kirtan? Okay. He went in, he started doing kirtan loudly. And all people are different. In Africa, the people like to do kirtan, like to dance and sing. So immediately they filled the hole, and Prabhupada did a heavy kirtan, and people went wild. After that, he spoke little philosophy, distributed prasadam. He showed example how to preach. And it would be different in China, in Europe. The people are different there. So the presentation is different. But it should be that the final person who took it should be the same. All of the countries. It should not be that they will be different. I mean, they should have the same conclusion, and they should be following Gaudiya Vaishnava culture. So Prabhupada, he taught it. But how he taught there, Krishna consciousness, which will be different than how in Gaudiya Math in India, here in Bengal, the original Gaudiya Math, which his guru established, 64 months. How they were preaching, he will be preaching differently. But we see today that these people are on that level of Gaudiya Math, the predecessor. So the Shastra, we can open and read and understand this and that, but better that we follow the Acharya. So example, now in Ramanuja Sampradaya, he laid down Vishnu Puran, Vedanta Sutra, and the Divya Prabandhas they'll chant, not really study. They'll chant on certain times of year. So they're following that. Our Srila Prabhupada has established Bhagavad Gita as the Praman. Srimad-Bhagavatam Puranam Amalam. This is the pure spotless Purana. So he set out that this should what we should read, and then Mangalarti, what to sing, what to chant. Then Srimad-Bhagavatam class, he gave this system. So in the purport, it's written regarding Atma that the scriptures are meant for satisfaction of the self, finally. Atma is hankering now. We are all hankering. Shochati. Kangshati means we are looking for something, and some peace, some happiness, some balance. Actually, we are looking for Krishna, and we want to enter his Leela. But we don't know that. We are thinking, I'll be happy this way, that way, that way. So Shastra will satisfy. Nothing else will satisfy. Here they are asking, Bruhi bhadraya bhutanam yanatma suprasidati. Therefore, please select the essence of the scripture and explain it for the goods, so that their hearts may be satisfied. Who is satisfied today? Satisfied person. Only he who has come to Krishna. We are Ansh of Krishna. We are servants of Krishna. Where will we be satisfied? Other than at Krishna's lotus feet. Cleaning Krishna's temple, distributing his books, cooking for Krishna. This is our eternal function. It's not something imposed. Therefore, when this is brought in Argentina, a few days ago you saw that post, Krishna Prasad Prabhu, distributing books in America. Oh, you didn't? I didn't put that video. I did put it. Some people saw it. So there's a video of someone from Argentina. He met him in Florida. Krishna Prasad devotee. He met him in Florida. He said that, oh, Bhagavad Gita, I was used to read it in Argentina. You know, first the question is, what is Bhagavad Gita doing in Argentina? Yes, Iskcon is spread in a very big way in Argentina. it's one of the countries, Venezuela and Argentina particularly, one of the countries where Iskcon really spread a lot. So he said, I used to read it, then I was just thinking a few days ago that I want again to feel that happiness, connection to God, I want to read it. And then suddenly he met Krishna Prasad in the car park, he bought it. So then Krishna Prasad made a video of him and put it. So Jiva is meant to serve Krishna. His body, mind, words is meant for serving Krishna. And then if he doesn't do that, he'll not be happy. If he does it half, he'll be half happy. If he does it 90%, 90%. If he does 100% happy. Because that is the Jeev Krishna Das e Vishwas karle to aar koi dukha nahi. The Jiva is meant for serving Krishna. And so here the sages are asking Suta that you tell us the instruction which the Jivas have to do to come to that point to be happy. Yanatma suprasidati. This is how to be happy. There is no other way to be happy. And we have been searching. We are looking for another way. Not one life, not two lives, life after life. We are looking. But Krishna says, they look and they look. After many births, they become wise. They become jnanavan. Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyate. Vasudeva sarvamiti samahatma sudulabha. After many births, the jiva becomes intelligent. He becomes jnanavan. Then mam prapadyate. Then he surrenders to me. Don't wait for many births. Shastra is saying we can accept it. But Krishna is saying generally Jiva, he has to make his mistake again. And Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyate. Vasudeva sarvamiti samahatma sudulabha. So then we become wise because we are trying to get that happiness. We are not getting it this way, that way, that way, that way, that way. After many births, we are thinking, what is going on? Where is the happiness? Why am I not happy? By then we have done all these things, many births. So when we come to the rishis know that, they know. But how will the people know? So for the people to know, they have to speak all this knowledge and they have to do sadhana. But which one? Where? The Vedas have so many. Karmani, it says that. Bhurini bhuri karmani, multifarious, many karmani, duties. Which one shall I do? In the morning chant Hanuman Chalisa, in the morning chant Vishnu Sahasranam, light the deep, 24-hour deep in the altar. There's so many things, so many. Go and greet Surya Bhagavan in the morning when it rises. What shall we do? Can we do everything? And if you go all parts of India, they do different things. But particularly in Kali Yuga, it has been given what to do. So in this way, Acharyas who know, they can give this knowledge. Shonak, who was asking this question, he is particularly concerned now that the jivas are coming in Kali Yuga. They will not be able to study the Vedas. Vedas won't be available. Even if it's there, they cannot read. They don't have intelligence. What will they do? Therefore, he's asking, taking into consideration. Oh, that's in the purport. Yeah. Where will I find it? It's different in my computer and here. Anyway, somewhere it's written that taking into consideration the jivas, tell us, Prabhupada is saying, here it is. Taking into consideration the fallen condition of the people in general in this age of Kali, the sages of Naimisharanya suggested that Sri Suta Goswami relate the essence of the scriptures, because it's not possible for the fallen souls to understand and undergo all the lessons of various scriptures of Varnashram. It's not possible. You give them something that they can take. Simple thing like don't eat meat. Oh, I cannot sleep on meat. People disturb you. Waking up early. Oh, I cannot wake up. No, how you not wake up early? Big austerity. Before it is a normal thing. But these are Kali Yuga jivas. Shaunak, what about them? Give something for them. They'll not do it. They means me also. So how? After Krishna left, Kali Yuga began. So then what happened? 6 things became less and are becoming less day by day. Tatas chanu dinam, dharma, satyam, Shocham, Shama, Daya, Kalena Balina Rajan, Nangshati, Ayur, Balam, Smritihi. I can't count. It's 8. Why did I say 6? So, Tatas Chanu Dinam Dharma. Dharma becomes less day by day. Dharma means that the duty that I have to do this. That idea is not there now. Before, Gandhari, she got married to a person who was blind. So she said, why shall I be greater than my husband? I have to be serving him, under him. So she blinded herself. Just tied the cloth to make herself blind. Dharma. The duty. Dharma. How did that? Tatas Chanudinam Dharma Satyam Shocham Kshamadaya. Satyam, truth. Day by day, blatant lies are spoken in government, in the shop, in the family. Blatant lies, and nothing wrong. It's okay. People forget it. It's not considered a bad thing. Satyam, Shocham, cleanliness, that people got used to somehow. Satyam, Shocham, Kshama, forgiveness. Daya, mercy. Shama, Daya. Ayur, Balam, Smritihi. Ayur, lifespan. Balam, strength. Smriti, memory. You just see our parents, grandparents, how they were using their brain. Look at our brain. Look at their physical strength, look at ours. According to modern science, we are evolving to more higher species. So then why are the hospitals increasing and medicines and diseases? So now Shaunako's thinking that there's so much in the Veda, can you present it for Kali, Jivas of Kali? What should they do? They're going to be it's difficult for them. After Krishna left, Dharma Jnana Devi Saha, he took Dharma Jnana because Kali is starting. So now they don't have access to these things. So the Jivas should have which knowledge and which sadhana. Knowledge which they can take, they may not be able to understand. And sadhana. So it has to be given, they'll not be able to read. Just like the mother bird will go, get the food, put in the mouth of the child. Child cannot go get the bird, kill the animal, and he cannot do that. So sages, the Acharya, they will pick out, this is what you have to do, this is what you have to read, take it. Now read this. And still some stubborn people, no, I'm going to read the Judveda. I'm going to read all the Upanishads. Do you have Upanishads? I want Upanishads. But if you analyze his life, he'll be watching YouTube videos all day and eating nonsense things and waking up and sleeping at strange hours. So actually then knowledge will not manifest. Actually everyone is doing that in Kali Yuga. That's our level. It's not a surprise. But the point is that we come admit our mistake and then come to the Acharya and take the system. If we do that, miracle will happen. We'll practice, we'll come, we'll advance. We cannot imagine how. Actually, we cannot advance, we cannot practice. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come and he is giving this mercy that everyone can take it by his mercy. By mercy. Therefore we had the pranam mantra. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishna Chaitanya Namni Gauratisha Namaha. That I offer my obeisance to Krishna who has come as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Namni Gauratisha Namaha in a golden form. That Mahavadanyaya, he's so merciful. Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema, he's giving Krishna Prema. We Kali Yuga Jiva, we don't have adhikar to say name of Krishna. We are born now. What are we doing? Then we are putting picture of Krishna and worshipping. We don't have that adhikar at all. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy, we are given that adhikar. He's given us the path that we can worship, but through him and through Guru. Guru is representing Mahaprabhu. So through Guru, through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, now we are approaching Krishna. And sometimes when we speak about Diksha, people, we are not qualified for Diksha. You're not qualified. And what about we? We were not qualified also. But we just chant Hare Krishna. We glorify Panchatattva. How do you glorify Panchatattva? Jai Shri Krishna, Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Gadadhar, Shivasari, Gaura Bhaktivinoda. We glorify them, we worship them. How do you worship Krishna? Just do kirtan here, in front of Mahaprabhu and Krishna. And then miracle happens. Miracle is, we have seen many miracles that people join and they become amazing transformation. If you follow, if we follow. So Shaunak is saying, what about the Kali Yuga Jiva? Give it for them, the system. Give them their system. Give them their sadhana, that knowledge. Just like the mother bird will put in the mouth. So the Acharya is coming saying, okay, do this, read that. Don't have to go through the Vedas. Read Bhagavad Gita, read Bhagavatam, daily class. And hear Bhagavatam daily, preferably in awakened state. Then the benefit is more. So we hear the class, we take prasad, be with devotees, chant, and after some time, transformation. So that even we don't know how it happens. We don't know how it happens. And but then we understand that it's not imagination. There is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there. Otherwise, how can someone like me take it? We think like that. So bhurini bhuri karmani. There are many systems. Pick one karma, one prescribed duty. They are asking. And Prabhupada writes now about varnashram, because here the question here is about karma. Karma, we take it to mean action, but actually karma means your duty in varnashram. Do your karma means do your duty in varnashram, not do your duty as a dentist or do your duty as a programmer. That's not karma. Something you can apply. But actually we are speaking about varnashram. Now here Prabhupada writes, varnashram institution was considered the best institution for lifting the human being to the spiritual platform. The Shastra has given that the jivas in this material world, they need a system of government, system of economy, system of politics, system of culture, social organization. So Shastra has given varnashram. Sort out society like this. Who can do this? Let him do that. Who can do that? Let him do this. In this way, people will be peaceful. They'll engage in their whatever they can do. Then in that stage, let them practice bhakti and organize the system in a certain way such that now all the jivas will get purified. Of course, later this became misused and then people took advantage. Then varnashram left because people exploited. So that we don't want to bring that exploited system. We want to bring the system which is Daivi Varnashram, that is centered around Krishna. According to guna karma, what someone can do, let him do. Okay, not necessarily according to birth. So that is the best. Now Prabhupada writes here, it's not possible to execute those rules and regulations now. Three things he says. One is that it's not possible to execute those rules now, some of those rules. And second, it's not possible to completely sever relations with family. Before they had the Vanaprastha sannyas, even brahmachari for that matter. And third, whole atmosphere is surcharged with opposition, isn't it? We speak anything varnashram, people get angry. We speak Gita, people are beating. Really, he is attacked for selling Gita. So he went to the police, So it's surcharged with him, and therefore preaching is very dear to Krishna, especially now, because Krishna knows he's taking risk, and so one advances very fast. Okay, so here, but the point is that the whole atmosphere is surcharged. How do we do all these things? So actually later on we see in Prabhupada's teachings, because Bhagavatam was written early on, later on Prabhupada starts to say, no, it should be established. Varnashram should be established. Then they say, but Prabhupada, because Prabhupada said that Vaishnavas are on the transcendental level, doing bhakti, this does not apply. Varnashram is not for them. They simply do devotional service. So someone said, but Prabhupada, the Vaishnavas, they are chanting. Then Prabhupada said, if they are chanting, why are they leaving? Why are they stopping and going? And why they are falling down? Many reasons he gave. So then he wanted to know that it should be established. And at the last, when he was departing in 1977, November, he spoke about that. The farms, Varnashram, self-sufficient farm communities run by devotees where Varnashram can be introduced fully. Because Varnashram is not a city function. It can be. In Mathura there is Varnashram. Not now. Kamsa's time. But the full spectrum of Varnashram is in the village, is in the land. Self-sufficient. People can on their own survive. And the different duties can be performed. So that requires one to be there. So that Prabhupada later said that we, even though now he's saying this point, that it's difficult. It's difficult to follow everything. We cannot establish Varnashram like before. But otherwise, what will you do? Which system of government? This one? No? No, it's not working. Which economic system? Which social system? Actually, now there's no social system at all. So, we don't have this. We have to have some system, better system given by God. And what will happen? Even if we establish that system, there'll be something's wrong and someone exploiting this and that. But that is the human nature, Baddhajiv, condition, nature is to do that. So even here it will be there, even there it will be there. Better in that system, we are following Krishna and then we get elevated, the Varnashram. So this what Shaunak is asking, Suta Goswami. Even preachers of Krishna consciousness, not in this way, but in a minute way, they also have to go and present the knowledge and see the people and see the circumstance and present it in a certain way. That also has to happen. There will be different countries, different people even within one country, different people, different way of thinking. So Krishna consciousness should be presented in that way. So for us to do that, we have to understand the teachings. We have to understand Bhagavad Gita, understand the purports of Srila Prabhupada, the Shastra, and then we can present it. Once we understand and realize it, that what is the actual goal of this knowledge. So if we understand that, then we can present it to everyone. So the preacher's job is also the same. Required. Seeing the people and presenting this knowledge. So how will that happen? How can we present it? First is that we have to study Shastra, study the books, read them, then we'll understand. And after understanding, then we have to serve Hari, Guru, Vaishnava. Serve the Guru, serve Hari, Krishna, serve Vaishnavas, then that knowledge is realized. And prayer. Prabhupada prayed many times. Even when he was just before reaching America. Said that you sent me here, I'm coming, but I can't understand how I'll teach to these people. I can't understand it. Because these four principles, four regulative principles, those four principles is their life. That is what they do whole day. Now say, don't do that, then what will we do? So he said that you had some work, so you brought me, but I don't understand. He wrote a prayer, a song. And like that, Prabhupada used to pray a lot. So by prayer, by study, by service to God, and humility. Humility means, I am not the doer. I am the instrument Krishna is doing. Sri Guru is acting through me. And so in that way, they'll be given intelligence, empowerment to preach and do anything. Then the mercy of the parampara comes through us. And then it can happen. If we understand, I am the instrument, Sri Guru is the doer. So then the mercy flows, but if you think I'm the doer, then the block comes. It will not come. So it's required for everyone to become a preacher, to read, understand and spread it. Because this is a jewel. Why should we keep the wealth to ourselves? In a famine, we have food, we'll distribute. We'll get the benefit and we distribute to other people. So similarly, this material world, only one thing is lacking. Prabhupada's Guru said, the only thing lacking in this material world is Krishna consciousness. So don't dedicate to spreading anything else. That is due to their karma and mismanagement, that less food, less water, no blankets, whatever. But actually we should all work to spread Krishna consciousness. That is lacking. So that is the duty of everyone who got it. Now we have to spread it. But for that we have to get it properly, understand, and then everyone has to preach. Everyone should get the benefit. Why only us? Hare Krishna. Any question? Srimad-Bhagavatam ki jai.